Hey guys, Kathleen Sposato here. Another episode of Sposato Uncensored. Today I have the Woodstock Villager. I'm going to read a letter to the editor that came out on Friday, which was the day of our full day referendum here on the budgets. This letter is titled Pomfret Petition is Not a Win. And the letter is from a Tom McNally in Pomfret. Tim McNally in Pomfret. And if you don't know who Tim is the boyfriend, fiance, a long-term partner of our first select woman, Maureen Nicholson. So Tim writes to the editor, if Pomfret residents are wondering what happened to their centuries-old classical democracy of the New England annual town meeting to discuss and vote on the budget of the town's governance, look no further than the leadership of the Pomfret Republican Town Committee. So a lot to unpack there. I don't think there's any citizens in Pomfret that were really wondering what happened to our centuries-old classical tradition. We did have our town meeting last Thursday, so anybody that looks forward to that tradition had the opportunity to go. And then we had a full day of voting on Friday, the week after, where people were able to go anytime between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. to cast their vote. So they actually had time to think about the stuff they learned at the centuries old town meeting and look into things, ask questions. So I don't think any of that first paragraph is true. The petitions to take the budget from the town meeting to a referendum at 25 to 3,500 were circulated by the present Republican chair, Heather Semenza, former chair, Chris Coyle, Selectman Martha Emilio, BOE member Christine Sposato, Tim, I know you know my name, Registrar of Voters, John Charest, and a couple of other Republican town committee members. Claimed to be a bipartisan effort to bring more information to town voters. How is that? Well, let me tell you how we call it bipartisan. Maureen said it was only a couple of Democrats, but we got the tallies from another citizen that went and looked into our petition for reasons unknown to me. And there were 21 Democrats that signed off on this petition. I would like to say there probably would have been more if they weren't scared by people like this talking down about it in the public. There were 81 unaffiliated voters that signed the petition and 130 Republicans. So in my eyes, that is bipartisan. Plenty of copies of the very detailed education and general government budgets were available for months to all at the town meeting and online and in the town hall. Okay, let's be real. The version that was given to me at the Board of Selectmen workshop was not the version that was presented at the town meeting. So it wasn't available for months. The information changed. There were no summary pages of those changes except for published on my blog after the town meeting when I said I would. You had plenty of time to study and ask questions of BOE and BOF if motivated. Okay, well, we did get to ask questions, but they were not answered. Or you could just skip all the information and, as our Republicans intend, and just come in and vote the budgets down. I'm pretty sure there's probably some Republicans that voted for the budgets, but it wasn't about voting the budgets down. So I think this writer is missing the point of a referendum. Like Killingly and Thompson, over and over until tax bills go out late, town borrows money to operate, huge expense, lots of chaos, gotta love it. So here you have them talk about tax bills going out late. This was something Maureen brought up when we asked if we could have the referendum. You have 14 days to schedule it. So we asked to have it after the holiday weekend. And she said no, it had to be on that Friday because we needed to get the tax bills out. And if it failed, we needed time. I found out that the tax collector is going on vacation. So that is the real reason why they're worried about the tax bills, is because of that. They weren't caring about the citizens overall and what was convenient for them. Instead, they scheduled it on a Friday of a holiday weekend as a punishment, I believe, to the Republican committee for helping spearhead this, and because the tax collector is going on vacation at her busiest season. So they were trying to accommodate that. But we're Pomfret, and I'd like to think we have excellent elected and volunteer town officials whom I trust, and a smooth, often created and efficient town government. We had civilized town meetings before the conspiracy folks came to town. Alas. That's a lie. I had so many people come up to me on Friday alone and say, thank you guys so much for this. We were too scared to go to town meetings and vote, so we just didn't. And that is why you saw way more people vote on Friday, even on a holiday weekend, than we've seen in the past. I hope we overwhelmingly vote to approve both education and general government budgets with a combined 1.1 mil increase and never have to go through this expensive nonsense again. Hopefully, Tim McNally. So I think it's kind of ridiculous that he's going to the Woodstock Villager now to talk down about the petition and discourage people from ever wanting a full day referendum again. Let's be real. You're not civil in meetings. You're not civil at town meetings. It wasn't before I moved to town, things were civil. You have been putting your hands on people at meetings for years. You've been telling people to shut their mouths at meetings for years and giving people the evil stare at meetings for years. So no, it wasn't some civil timeless tradition that Pomfret had. It was actually a way to bully people, intimidate people to not participating. And now that we had a full day referendum, we actually had the most amount of people come out and vote on our budgets that we've seen probably ever, if not in a very, very long time. I was told we had 465 people vote on the education budget and 462 on the general budget. So, I mean, tell me, does 465 people fit in the cafeteria at the school? Is that safe? Or is it safer to do a full day where people were able to get in and out and we were able to get 465 people to participate? My guess is we probably would have got more if we didn't do it on a Friday before a holiday weekend, but this is progress in the right direction. So I hope that next year and every year following, we will continue this new tradition of coming into 2026 and you can still have the town meeting, but we also follow it up with a full day referendum so more people can get out and vote. I would like to see it not on a holiday weekend next time and a few changes, but I'll share those at a Selectman meeting. I did go to the Board of Selectmen meeting after the town meeting and let them know that I hope that they do this each year or we will just petition for it again next time. So what do you think? This letter, good? Bogus? I think it's junk. I don't think that you should be writing letters as the first selectman's boyfriend to all the surrounding towns talking bad about the Republican committee or about the full day referendum that 21 Democrats signed and 81 unaffiliated voters signed and countless people that didn't even sign thanked us for. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Let me know. I will be doing more of these. I hope Tim stops writing these letters to the editor, but for his own sake. If not, I love it. I love doing the videos on it because I can come to you guys and tell you what's fact from fiction. Have a great day.